Welcome to another episode of Follow the Brand TV. I am your host, Grant McGuagh, CEO of 5-Star BDM, a 5-star personal brand and business development company. I want to take you on a journey through another deep dive into the world of personal branding and business development using compelling personal stories, business conversations, and tips to improve your brand. By listening to the Follow the Brand TV series, you will differentiate yourself from the competition and build trust with prospective clients and employers. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Make it one that will set you apart, build confidence, and reflect who you are. Building your 5-star personal brand is a great way to improve your skills and knowledge. If you have any questions for me or any of my guests, please email me at grant.mcguagh@5starbdm.com. Now, let's begin with our next episode on the Follow the Brand TV.
Five-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
My name is Harvette Sears. I am the chief of North Miami Beach Police Department. I've been in law enforcement now for over 30 years. And I understand the importance of the community, what our kids need. I've seen firsthand how bullying can impact the family. By having this app, promoting it, providing the training, letting the kids know that, that it's a comfortable and safe environment, I think the outcomes would have been different. And just taking the call in my capacity and seeing that, a child is, in this scenario, that's one of the things I would do. I will make them feel comfortable, let them know that we're here to help. You're not in this alone. There is an out.
Welcome, everybody, to the Follow Brand Podcast. This is your host, Grant McGuagh, and we are in North Miami Beach. And I'm going to talk to one of the city's finest, and I'm talking about Chief Harvette Sears Smith, who is here with me. We're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart as well as hers. And some people have maybe not aware of some of the work that I have been doing with Building Bridges Communications, which has been phenomenal. I really want to applaud Femi Falani Brown for actually bringing this to the forefront, making it visible in our community around the facts of bullying. I'm talking about our children now being bullied, whether it's cyber bullied or they're having issues within school that maybe they cannot talk to another individual about. And we want to give them some opportunities to be able to communicate what's really going on with them. Chief, would you like to introduce yourself? And let's have a candid conversation around this type of application.
Absolutely. So my name is Harvette Sears Smith. I am the chief of North Miami Beach Police Department. I've been in law enforcement now for over 30 years. And I understand the importance of the community, what our kids need. I've seen firsthand how bullying can impact the family. So this initiative, this project through Building Bridges Communication, I feel is very important. So that is something that we are geared towards, helping the community, putting things out there that's very helpful. So I'm excited. I'm very excited about this project.
Well, we were excited that you wanted to be one of the brand ambassadors for this initiative. When we brought it to your attention, Femi first brought it to my attention. And then I worked with my partners over at Agile InfoWays to actually create the actual application in which it gives children a real-time app. A lot of times our children, they have phones and they can now connect directly to a resource that can help them. In your opinion, in your experience, why do you feel that this type of application is so important for today's school children?
So a lot of time kids are a little scared to really explain to an adult on what they're experiencing when it comes to bullying or abuse or being harassed, because it just puts them in a different space. And this app is really going to give them the opportunity in a confidential setting to explain or to tell someone what is going on with them. And it's good that they're reaching out because they want the help. And I think by having this app and giving them the tools and connecting them with an expert immediately can be beneficial and help the child and their family. A lot of times parents have no idea what kids are facing while they're at school or on the playground or through social media. So this app will definitely help them. And once we get the awareness out there that it is available, I think it will prove beneficial.
I like that. Now I want to just pick your brain a little bit or just go back in some history.
Okay.
As in your experience, because right now the app does not exist. But as you go back and certain things that have happened during your career that it may have had a different outcome if people were aware of the situation. Can you share with us any stories that might be beneficial to our audience?
Absolutely. So there have been that I'm aware of. We've seen how this impacts kids mainly in school settings where they're being bullied. I've been on a couple of calls or scenes where kids may have tried to harm themselves because of what they're experiencing. And I think just that, like you said, if this app would have been available back then, you know, it would have been different for the kid, or it would have been different for the parent. It may have brought awareness to the parent, because remember, in order for the kids to even access this app, we have to have the consent from the parent for them to even be a part of it. So I think once, parents, teachers, and counselors see that this is available, it is something that they're going to want to definitely be a part of, because it's going to improve the community, because bullying actually has an impact, a negative impact on the community, and it promotes crime.
I believe that. And I think about, automatically my attention goes to some of the really bad things that have happened in our schools. And you think about some of the children that were involved, many school shootings, right?
Yes.
And the pattern seems that, unfortunately, the child might have felt isolated. They're by themselves. They are experiencing certain things, but they're not reaching out, or maybe someone else is seeing another child going through periods of bullying, and they don't feel like, you know what, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get involved, wherever it might be, and vice versa. Where the child is sitting there and they don't know who they can reach out to, or maybe they're even thinking about reaching out to anybody. But if they were aware that there is a resource, because I know it's like, hey, if I'm afraid, let's just go into just I would say happens almost every day. Kids being bullied, they're being threatened, as far as being beat up after school, let's just say, for whatever reason, and they don't know who to contact. Now you'll be able to, click a button, get to potentially a resource that then can then get you in touch with a police resource or a law enforcement resource. If you were taking that call and in your department, how would you be able to mitigate that kind of circumstance?
I mean, first of all, I know you said click a button and to get that immediate response, but I think we have to make that person, whether it's a child, a teenager, we have to make them feel comfortable enough to reach out and get that help. A lot of kids don't feel comfortable, and they're so withdrawn and wanting to just deal with the problem. A lot of times they take matters into their own hands, and it may be the wrong approach. And that's where we get the school shootings and so forth. So we've seen time after time where we've had the school shootings and the subjects are or were bullied in the past. So by having this app, promoting it, providing the training, letting the kids know that, that it's a comfortable and safe environment, I think the outcomes would have been different. And just taking the call, in my capacity, and seeing that, a child is, in this scenario, that's one of the things I would do. I would make them feel comfortable, let them know that we're here to help. You're not in this alone. There is an out. That's exactly what I would explain to them.
Oh, hey friends, listen up. If someone's being mean to you at school, like calling your names or trying to take your stuff, it's important to talk about it. You can tell your teacher or anyone of you trust. Remember, it's not your fault and you're not alone. So let's all be kind to each other.
Greetings. I am Grant McGuagh, the CEO and guide behind 5-Star BDM, your sanctuary for business transformation. Here, enterprises are reborn through the harmonious synthesis of strategy and state-of-the-art technology, all under the illuminating embrace of artificial intelligence. My journey is fueled by an unyielding passion to unlock the boundless opportunities embedded within technology. Here at 5-Star BDM, we intertwine with the quintessential values of our clients, meticulously crafting roadmaps that resonate with precision, adaptability, and harmony. We relish addressing challenges, transforming them into stepping stones and guiding organizations to ascend to new peaks by leveraging avant-garde solutions. Our Follow the Brand podcast series is a convergence of pioneering thoughts and groundbreaking ideas, where industry luminaries and revered guests unravel the multifaceted tapestry of technology and innovation. Diving deep into the core of operational essence, we at 5-Star BDM orchestrate swift and transformative changes refine processes, and amplify customer experiences, all through the eloquence of AI and digital mastery. In synergy with our value partners, we marry technology, tenacity, and creative intuition with ensuring every encounter within your digital sphere is not just functional, but a harmonious symphony of delight and substantial impact. With 5-Star BDM, you're not simply constructing a business. You are sculpting a progressive journey, morphing every opportunity into a symphony of success. So let's innovate, elevate, and thrive together, turning opportunity into success and innovative brilliance. Reach out and commence this transformative journey by going to 5starbdm.com for more information. That feels good. I know that's reassuring when there's an alternative. But I know one of the things that the app has is not just talking and research; it has information.
Yes.
Right. So you can see different videos that will inform you of different scenarios, even small K through fifth grade children, right? That they can say, oh, wow, or this is something I could see someone else that might be experiencing something. And now I feel an affinity to that. Someone understands, because they have an understanding. I know I can then, begin to have a conversation around this. So there's a lot of tools that are available, not just the emergency type situation. There's all kinds of different things. Now, here's my question to you. Why did you feel that this is something you wanted to take on and get involved with?
For me, as a law enforcement leader and being in the city of North Miami Beach for over 30 years, community is top priority. So when you identify the needs of a community, and with bullying being one of them, it was easy for me to say, oh yeah, I want to be a part of that. I want to make a difference in the community. I want to be able to promote something that's positive, that's going to bring a positive outcome. So just being a part of this is, just rewarding enough for me. If I can just help one kid, save one kid, that's enough for me.
You said a lot there, and I want your counterparts throughout Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and hopefully across the nation to chime in. We've got to help our kids, and we got to find ways that we can do this, understanding that the time in which we grew up is different. Social media is huge here, and kids have access to devices, their cell phones, their tablets, desktops, and whatnot. We use these every day just in teaching them. So we can't just say, hey, give me your cell phone, do this, do that, and then that doesn't happen. No, there's got to be other ways that we can help in terms of alternatives, especially, and I've seen it, they had hearings in Congress about cyberbullying and these type of things. So I'm hoping that this kind of application will help. For you, what is your siren call to your counterparts? It's like, hey, Chief Harvette, I'm interested in possibly helping. What would you say to them?
So I want to go back and touch on something you said in the beginning, because our kids are now coming up in a different time from when we were in school and how bullying took place. So bullying can happen in school, but it doesn't stop, because we have the social media, we have computers, we have cell phones and laptops, and that cyberbullying can continue on throughout the day. So it has a lasting effect on the child. So one of the things I would say to my counterparts in law enforcement is to let them know that, look, this is a tool that is going to be used to help save our children. We want it to be where it's something that's supported throughout, not just for, a year or so, but continuously, because we know bullying has been around for years, and it's just gotten worse with the use of technology. So I would basically tell them, we need your support. We need you to also hit the ground running, introducing this tool to our school kids, to communities, to local advocacy groups. We need to put the word out there that this is something positive that's going to save our children.
Oh, hey friends! Come here, listen up. Today I want to talk to you about an important new app called Help for You. I can see this painting that. Help for You. Help for You is a special tool for us young people. So tell your parents so they can check it out and explore with you. If you see something scary or uncomfortable, like bullying, harassment, or even violence, and you're not sure to call 911, this app can help.
My passion has been around helping communities of color and historically underrepresented and underserved communities, minority, rural, veterans, persons who are differently abled, in the intersection of education, innovation, technology, industry, and let's throw some entrepreneurship in there just for fun. I want to see more around innovation, incubators, accelerators. I love the idea of going from innovation to commercialization.
Exciting time to be in digital marketing with the advent, the explosion of generative AI chatbots. They're better known as ChatGPT. There's Bard, there's Claude, there's all kinds of this new one came out called Gemini. There's so many different tools that really what it comes down to is that it's made my business more precise. I can do things more quicker, I would say, and to elevate my brand messaging to a level that allows me to be as creative as possible. Digital market economy is taking the world by storm, probably over the last decade or so, but is really escalating now in the advent of AI because it is a game changer for a lot of businesses. It's not just all the big boys that can play in this space because of cloud computing, because of mobile computing, and now you have these tools at your disposal. You've got a laptop, you've got a computer, you can now digitize yourself to a level and get your message out there, and that equates to business. like that. And that's the thing, when we talk about community, our kids are involved in all levels of our community. You're part of a lot of different associations in which you can interact and get involved. And I want the children, this is the thing, right? It is a thing that a lot of times our children and a lot of people, they're afraid of the law enforcement. They're afraid of the police, like, wow. Yeah. And because of that, there's that gap in communication and understanding. Are you here to help or are you here to hurt? And I'm glad you're getting out in front of this and saying, I am here to help. And this is how we help. We are, that is the charge of the law enforcement agencies, is to be a vehicle for helping our communities to move forward. So we don't want to be looked at. But I don't see a lot of your counterparts doing what you're doing now, having conversations when you're not in an intense situation. You're just having a conversation about who you are and what you do. Give us some more information about how you can fill that gap to let us feel more comfortable about working with law enforcement.
So one of the things that's constantly evolving is community policing. So community policing is bridging that gap between community and law enforcement. And we want it to be where it's a partnership. So we're going to help you police your community, but we're going to also allow you to help the police. So a lot of times within community policing are groups for our youth. And one of them that comes to mind immediately, because I've been involved with it for so long, is our Police Athletic League. And that is where we mentor our kids. We put on different programs for them. We build those relationships and show them that, it's okay to come to a police officer. It's okay to sit down and have a conversation with us. And that's one of the things Police Athletic League is, that we are filling playgrounds and not prisons. So we want to be able to have those conversations, relationships, mentor our kids to let them know that it's a positive relationship. It's not where we're always, out to see the wrong in an individual. So
I'm so glad you said that. And it reminds me of my own childhood. Me and my brother, and I'm from the Midwest, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember my mother coming, hey, I'm going to enroll you in summer police camp. We're like, summer police camp? And at the time, she had a friend that was a police officer, and we liked him. His name was Jimmy. Like, oh, Jimmy was pretty cool. He said, hey, we're all gonna go to camp, and it was police camp. And we went out, into the rural community, and we had these cabins, and we were there with kids from all over the city. There's probably like, I don't know, 40 or 50 of us or whatnot. And they had swimming pools, they had all kinds of stuff. We were involved with all these activities. But these were the police officers that were in the community. Now we're like, at the time, I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. And I remember that. And we would spend a whole week out there. And we went like a couple of years in a row. Mm-hmm. And it made me feel like I was not afraid of the police. The amount of times I would see them in their cars and then, hey, we waving at them. We knew what they did. So I didn't have that feeling of the police were my enemy. They're actually, friends in the community. But I don't know if those programs exist. And you just brought some of those programs up. and I really, really like that. I enjoy that. Hopefully there's more of that going on.
Oh, hey friends, listen up. If someone's being mean to you at school, like calling your names or trying to take your stuff, it's important to talk about it. You can tell your teacher or anyone you trust. Remember, it's not your fault, and you're not alone. So let's all be kind to each other.
Grant McGuagh, CEO of 5-Star BDM, is turning heads in the healthcare and information technology sectors with his groundbreaking approach to personal branding and business development. By challenging conventional strategies, he's setting a new standard for how executives present themselves and their businesses to the world. McGuagh's expertise isn't just about standing out. It's about strategic guidance, generating leads, and building networks that propel executives beyond their competition. His focus on authenticity allows leaders to leverage their unique stories, driving exponential growth and success in their industries. Beyond branding, McGuagh is a fervent advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. He's committed to helping organizations cultivate environments where innovation and collaboration thrive through inclusive cultures. And for those eager to dive deeper, McGuagh hosts the Follow the Brand podcast. Here, he unpacks the intricacies of personal branding and business growth, offering valuable insights for professionals eager to redefine their identities and share their narratives with the world.
Absolutely. And I can tell you, at the end of the day, we're human. I mean, we have families, we have kids, and if we can just foster those positive relationships and let kids know that it's okay to say, hi to a police officer when you see them out in the street. One of the things I hate is when a parent see a police officer and they tell the kid, "Oh, if you continue to be bad, I'm going to call the police." I immediately tell them, no, 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 it's okay. You can talk to the police. You can say hi to me. Because we don't want it to be where a child is afraid of a police officer. So by your mom putting you all in those camps, and us continuing to create these programs where we have positive relationships with the kids in the community, it's just proving that we are fostering and building a better future for all.
I agree with that. And this app, Help For You, so
Yes.
cool.
Yes,
You can
it
see
is.
how you can introduce something like that. So if you're at a camp or you're one of your police athletics camps and that type of thing, you're introducing this kind of program, they're going to then like feel good about it. Stop being forced on them. Like, hey, if you're going through situations, here's an app. You can download it. Make sure your parents are aware. You take them through that whole scenario because you're in a positive environment. And then
Right.
they're like, I'm calling a friend to help, not, another problem that's going to come to my door because of this. Or, people here's the deal. Like people like, oh, that's snitching. I don't want to be a snitch type of thing. How do you work with those types of attitudes?
And I could tell you, just working with the kids that's in our police athletic league, you hear them saying that, and we have to kind of like immediately address it when we hear kids say, "Oh, stop snitching, stop doing this." We have to let them know the importance of knowing what's wrong and what's right, and being able to articulate it to a police officer or someone who can help them with the situation. So with the Help For You app, just like you said, there's resources on there. You can text. You don't have to actually speak to someone over the phone because we want it to be a comfortable environment. Um, it's like creating that safe space, and I think when you mentioned getting my counterparts to get on board and providing that financial assistance, is creating a safe environment and creating a safe space for these kids who feel, the need to be able to come to.
I want to ask you this because now there is a resource officer in a lot of the schools now. So you have scenarios. You have a resource officer, you have the school administration, and
Mhm.
then potentially in a scenario, you may have police involvement in a scenario. How do you feel that if with and without this app, those situations could be better or worse?
I think without the app, the situations could be worse. Absolutely. And like you said, in every school in Miami-Dade County, there is a resource officer, school resource officer. And one of the jobs of that officer is, to provide the security to the school, but to also be able to interact with those kids to where it can mitigate some of those issues with harassing, bullying, because the presence of the officer is there. So we want to make sure that even with the presence of this app, that can help within a school environment for the kids that are there, because they know that they can immediately just go to that app and get assistance as well.
Okay, this is good. I like this because, and I want everyone to know that this was done through a grant through the Carrie Meek Foundation, also through Miami-Dade County, in which they worked with a lot of different enterprises to help to have social impact, to help our children. And this was the app that was created by ThoughtSwitch, which is a Building Bridges Communications subsidiary, or vice versa. I believe it's ThoughtSwitch, then Building Bridges is the subsidiary of that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they developed the Help for You app. I want everyone to know that because this was just the pilot that's been created. We still need funding. We still need stakeholders, people that need to be involved. So this can grow. It can be a county-wide application for our children. And then you'd see it growing even into a national platform. Help us understand why funding is so important.
Funding is very important because we want to make sure that the Help for You mission is worldwide. It's almost kind of like the Sandy Hook Initiative project. So we want that to be available for Miami-Dade County. We know the Meek Foundation is built off of revitalizing communities. So this app will actually help with, like we said, reporting abuse, reporting bullying, reporting harassment, reporting other criminal type activities. And by doing so, that actually fosters better communities. So it's going to help with violence, reducing violence. So the Meek Foundation and Miami-Dade County, they're reprised on doing that, creating better communities. So if we have this app and we can use it to bridge the gap between communities and law enforcement, it's going to prove that this is something that was needed far too long, because we want it to be where people feel comfortable living in their communities. So I think that this is something that's very positive.
I know it is very positive, and we need to get our community on board. Those of us who are interested, I want them to reach out and talk to us and find out how they can find out more, how they can get involved, what it takes to get involved, so we can get this rolled out and truly help our children.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGuagh, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-Star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGuagh explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
Ready to elevate your brand and make a lasting impact? Dive into the world of the Follow brand where insights meet action. Shop now at our e-commerce store for exclusive merchandise that speaks to you. Transform, engage, and soar with 5-Star BDM. Your journey to brand brilliance begins today. Before I let you go, I want to give the mic to you and think through what we have not discussed. And that is still, it's important because, and I want you to think through you as a chief of police, and now that this app is available, and how you feel like, wow, this is something that can actually make a difference. Give us your feedback overall on how you feel.
So let me just start out by saying, with this app, and like I said, we can't do this alone. So we do need our law enforcement partners. We need our government entities. We need our stakeholders. We need our local business owners. We need our local advocacy groups. We need to put out there that there is a zero tolerance for bullying. The policy needs to be just that. So if we go out there and we promote it, we show that we're bringing awareness to teachers, to children, to parents, that this is going to be something that's going to help with kids and them feeling that, oh, I don't have a way out, and how it really impacts them emotionally. It lacks mindfulness for them. So I think having those organizations on board, providing that financial support, being a part of that zero tolerance policy, I think that that's something that we need to hit the ground running, because it's going to show that we are involving in technology within our communities of Miami-Dade County. And I think the Meek Foundation realized that this was something that was needed, which is why they provided the initial support. So we want to continue with that support, because we know sometimes individuals that may be in crisis or maybe in some type of situation where they feel that there's no help, no way out, we want to let them know that we're there for you. And this app is going to do just for that. So a lot of it has to do with communication, getting it out there, explaining the vision clearly on what this organization is for, what this app is for. So I think just providing that empowerment to kids and adults, to let them know that we're not going to tolerate bullying. We're not going to tolerate kids being harassed. They are our future. We need them to thrive. And we're going to do our best to help them with that.
I love that. That is called walking the walk, not talking the talk. You are all about that. I believe as our community becomes more and more aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it, that we're going to get a lot of people on board, because this is something that we truly, truly need. And we have to put our arms around our community and show that we care. And we care by communicating with them. This is a great way to communicate. And before I let you go, you got to let us know how to contact you. Because people are like, well, how do I get involved? How do I contact you? What do I do? Help us.
So we can be reached through Building Bridges Communication, basically just going through thoughtswitchmiami.com and subscribing. And then you can also reach me on my LinkedIn account at Chief Harvette Smith.
That is so wonderful. This has been wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being on the show. And also everyone that tunes into our show, and your entire audience can reach all the different episodes on Follow Brand at 5-Star BDM. That is B for Brand, D for Development, Infomasters.com. This has been wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Grant. Thank you for the opportunity. And we will do great things with this app.
Absolutely.
Man, who's your favorite podcaster? Man, Grant, man. I love Grant's podcast. Well, who's Grant? I'm going to send you the link. I love Grant.
5-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
Tune in for our next show or click on our website at www.5starbdm/followthebrandtv. Thank you. Hey everyone, it's Grant McGuagh, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, where I help you to build a 5-star brand that people will follow. My genius is personal brand development through intelligent communication and helping you achieve your business and career goals. I am a requested speaker on digital technology and brand development issues. I want to work with you to increase the value of your current opportunities while attracting new ones. Every one of you is unique, and we all share challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. As a super connector, I work with you as an executive coach to guide you along the complicated business and career development road, providing the enhancement tools and information you need to succeed. Together, I will help you succeed in today's challenging business climate. I will evaluate and measure your progress. Best of all, I am right alongside you every step of the way. Build the brand called you. Genius.